Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard, and I count down from 3 and not 5 at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey, and I count down from 4 and not 5 at J1 on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon. Who counts down from 5? That's so many. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Vivian, and I count down from 5, but I stop at 3, and I'm at LiveTrip on the MakeCode forum. It's basically the same as counting down from 3.
It is. I agree.
I'm regretting what I said here, to be honest, because I thought about it, and counting down from 4 is just messed up for some reason. Like 5 is justifiable, 3 is justifiable, but I was like, I feel icky just starting at 4.
Yeah, I don't know why we've decided that as like society, but 4 is wrong.
Yeah.
It would be like doing 2, 1.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's awful. All right. Well, welcome to a Friday edition of our stream, where we don't usually plan things and we do something weird. I don't have any ideas today, guys. What about you?
I had a really good idea and I forgot it.
Oh, well.
It was like, why have we never made a game like this before? It was so obvious. Think of an obvious game, Richard.
The Sims.
Yeah, we could make The Sims.
No, I don't want to do that. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
I feel like you're just getting bigger in ideas. Man.
Civilization 6.
I've
Never played.
Do you know what flavor of game it was, Vivian?
Yeah.
Obvious. It's a game everybody's played before, probably, but I can't remember what. I don't know. Richard, follow your heart. This is not coming back to me.
It was like maybe like an arcade game.
Maybe. We could do dots. Oh, maybe it was pool. Maybe it was pool. I think it was pool.
It was pool? That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Do pool.
Like, why haven't we done this before?
Yeah, I like that. Okay, we'll do pool. And I'm going to need you guys to, let's see, what am I going to have you draw?
Pool toys?
No, no, I mean, come on now. Joey's just the Joker of the classroom.
The like stripes and the solids?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, so what I was thinking of. Okay, yeah. You can call stars.
I don't want to do stars. It's too much. It's too difficult. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just need some pool balls, and we need 2 combinations. You know, we need like one that follows one pattern, one that follows another pattern. They have to have numbers on them. So that's your assignment.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and make. Do you think this should be? Do you think we should do a 1-screen pool table, or like 2 screens?
2 screens, like it's wide?
Yeah.
I think 1 screen would be nice, but follow your heart.
You do need to see the whole screen to aim, right?
That's true. We could give them a little preview or something, though, right?
That's true. Big, small is always the best.
Well, yeah, okay. So we'll do a small one, but just keep that in mind. I guess the balls have to be pretty small. Do we want to do like, I don't know, 8x8?
Ooh, that's bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah, I mean, make them as small as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just making the pockets.
Well, you got trouble, my friend.
Gosh, so one time I was going home for, well, on Thanksgiving, we were going to, I think it was North Carolina, like me and my family, and then my uncle's family. We rented a house together in North Carolina. We stayed there for a few days, like the mountains. There's lots of hiking and stuff. And the place that we were renting had a pool table. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to teach my cousin how to play pool. Okay. My cousin, who was, I want to say right around 3rd grade.
How old were you?
College.
Oh, okay, sure.
Anyway, long story short, that 3rd grader proceeded to destroy me in pool many times, just over and over again. And his dad is extremely good at pool, so I guess they had lessons. Because, yep. So that was a lot of fun for me and my siblings.
That's character building.
Yeah, it brought us closer together.
My grandpa was really into pool, and we had a pool table in our basement. So then he would teach me pool school.
Pool school?
Yeah, and then he would set up like exercises for me to learn the different techniques. And I didn't get past like level 2.
Oh, you flunked out of pool school?
Pool school was really hard, and the standards were high.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the corner pockets, so we got to do there's like a middle pockets, right? On the sides, on the long sides. Is there also on the short sides? It's just the long sides, right?
Long sides.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to use our little indicator of location down here at the bottom to make sure we're getting in the center of this. So we want to do 80 for the X, or like 79, thereabouts. There we go. Sure, you good at pool?
No. But I can do the. 1 second, let me see. No, I can't. At one point, I learned how to do like the cool thing where you have like your fingers and you like wrap them around and you can aim it correctly. But then I forgot it.
I think we can all agree that.
The way you do it.
Oh,
you have
look
to
at
have
the
your
pool
fingers.
expert over here. Look at
Yeah,
look at the
look
pool
at it,
expert.
look at it.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, isn't
it just the basics? Are you talking like you're worthless? Is
Shannon,
that
are you really good?
No, that's why I'm saying you like. How else would you hold it?
I don't know, like this. Yeah, you wouldn't hold it well.
Not all of us could go to pool college. All right.
I think the
Pool
fancy way is
school.
you put it on top like this, right? And then you can also go like this. Don't think you go like this.
Imagine if you're really good.
Fence it in.
Yeah, 2 hands over the shoulder.
The ideal one is actually like this, and then you use a hammer on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Or a mallet. Would it be a hammer or a mallet? Mallet, I guess.
Yeah, who knows?
Probably.
All right. We've got our pool table now. So what I want to do is I want to align this pool table because we're going to be using the bounce on walls feature of Arcade. And to do that, we're going to use an 8x8 tile map. So that's just going to make it easier for us to do this physics code. And so what I want to do is I want to make sure that we are lining up on the 8x8 tile grid so that our bumpers are where that like tile will end up going. So we're going to have to move everything in a little bit. So right now this is coming over, let's see, 3. So we want to do like 4, 5. I think this is 7, that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So we're going to use our marquee tool. Go over here. Select our side, and we're going to use our arrow keys to up. Right there. No, that right there. Wait, no, we want the start of it to be there, huh? We want to do that, and then we want to do up. All right. Okay, so now we also need to align the other edges. So we're going to do the same thing at the end first, and then we're going to do the top and bottom. Whoops. Gosh, I am struggling with the dimensions of this window. I probably should have made my window bigger in my stream setup, but fortunately I can't do that now.
Why? You mess with the things all the time.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So we're going to just go ahead and select our thing just like we did before. And go, let's see. One, two, three. There we go. Nice. All right. So we got that going. Let's go ahead and do our top and bottom now. And hopefully we'll get to actually coding. So I did not spend any time at all measuring this. So we're going to have to see how close we are already. Let's go down here. See, we are at, let's see, that Y is 21. So we want to move up a bit, I think. So we're going to select everything. And let's see, if we're at 21, we want to be lined up at something that's a multiple of 8. So we want to move up 5. So I'm going to do select all and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll put us at 16. So we have 2 tiles there. Now we're going to come down here. We're going to see how much space we have. So this right here is where we're starting. And this is 87. Oh, is that perfect? No, it's not. All right, I think that. Okay, 87. So we want to do one more. We just want to go down by 1.
Sorry, we're doing other kinds of math in the chat.
Oh yeah, like what?
What's
how many balls?
7 plus 1, Richard?
7 plus 7 plus 1. Oh, that's a toughie. 7 plus 7 plus 1. I'm gonna have to mull this one over, guys.
Yeah, so sorry.
All right, well, I think that's good enough. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add the Tilemaps extension, which recently gained the ability to do 8x8 tiles. Where is it? Tilemaps. We're going to do a, inside of Tilemaps, we're going to do set current tilemap to be whatever. Set current tilemap to. I'm going to grab an 8x8. Nice. And we're going to go ahead and just draw some walls here. So I am going to, whoa. Is this prior to me fixing this bug?
The wraparound bug, you mean?
Yeah.
That's not
also
the
wall drawing. Yeah, the wall drawing bug too.
Oh wow. That's what it was doing.
Let me switch to beta. Don't do this at home, kids.
Counting is so hard.
Oh no, it's still broken here. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. You know what we're going to do instead? We're just going to mark with this, and then we will set the walls in our code. It's kind of lame, but it'll work. So do it this way. All right, and let's see, we ended at 86, which is 3 tiles away from the bottom. I think. I don't know. Let's see how close we got. Okay, all right. So we've got see. We're 1 pixel off at the top, and I need to do 1 more row at the bottom. All right, we're 1 pixel off in both directions. Yeah, maybe that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to take this background image thing, and we're not going to use background image because we're using tile maps. So instead, we'll just create a sprite. So we'll do this. We'll put this right here, make this the right size though. So 160 by 120. Done. Go ahead and get rid of that. So that should be on top of our tile map now. Cool. And now we are going to go into scene. We're going to loop over all of our locations that have this flower. For element of. And for each of these, we're going to turn on a wall. Okay, so let's test this out. So what size did you end up with for the billiard balls?
Oh, 8 by 8.
8 by 8.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it should be fine. Hopefully, we'll see how big it is. So we're just going to do a little test right now. So I'm going to go ahead and create this guy. See it appear. There it is. I guess that's pretty large.
That's fine.
Could you scale?
How far into it are you?
I just finished 13.
Okay, we'll stick with 8 by 8.
Can we
Wait, can we go? Maybe we can use PXT scaling, scale down by half, and then have like a zoomed in version that we show so you can inspect which ball to hit next or something.
do the numbers really matter though?
You're supposed to hit them in order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
like
just
1 through 7 plus 8 is the black center ball.
You ever play pool?
Yeah, but my rules are you just hit your kind in, right? And whatever.
In fairness, there are different rules for pool. Like there's different games, so that might be a game for kids.
That's true. Yep. Okay, so we're going to take our background and we're going to make it a ghost. So set ghost through walls to be on. And then we're going to set our velocity on this my sprite 2. And we're also going to set bounce in walls to be on. So let's go ahead and put that on. And let's see what we got now. Bounce, 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 bounce. A little off on the edges. I think we maybe need to make these come in just a bit. So the other thing we want to do is we are going to add some friction until we get something that seems like nice. So let's go ahead. We're going to set the Vx and Vy just like we are right now. Actually, what we'll probably do is let's go ahead and add an extension. J1Drill/arcade Sprite util.
Oh, I just remembered we should have forced Vivian to stream today so we had another chance at that 82 quarters.
Yeah, I thought about it earlier, but I was like, it's all right.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I should have been more scared of this, but I completely forgot.
It would have been so good if we didn't mention it beforehand too, right? Because then you wouldn't have been on guard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
We just mentioned it after the stream. Yeah, you got 240 quarters today.
Wait, Vivian, did you hit the 80 or not yet?
Nope.
Nice.
Yay. Don't worry, I'm gonna eat food tonight. The money will be put to good use.
You should eat food tonight. That's a good plan.
Thanks.
Wait, are you supposed to eat food at night? Is that a thing?
Joey, we all know you don't eat food.
Yeah.
This is not surprising to any of us.
Wait, was I here when it should reach 50? I should have a custom one like I did for over 25.
All right, so let's see. Okay, that's something.
Ooh.
We might
Did you
have
add
to
friction?
Yeah, the friction doesn't work super well though, is what I'm seeing. Because
it's applied individually and not.
Yeah, exactly. So we might have to do our own friction. So
yes,
that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so let's explain what's happening. So if you watch this a few times, you'll see that it kind of looks unnatural as it's slowing down. So what's happening is it's actually stopping moving. So like right there, it went down here, and then it stopped moving in the X, but kept moving in the Y. That's because we have two friction numbers. One is the Fx, which is the 50. We have one which is the Fy, which is also 50. And they're both being applied equally, even though they should be applied based on the direction of the movement. So that's fine. Actually, we can use this friction. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an on-game update. And we're going to set this based off our current velocity's angle. So we're going to go into our, let's see, we're going to make a variable which is going to be called total friction. All right, so we'll set this right here. And then we're going to get the angle of our movement. And to do that, we're going to be using our old friend, ATAN2.
Yes, they always send me a birthday card, ATAN2.
Yeah. Shannon, why don't you explain to everybody what ATAN2 is?
Magic, right?
It's a way to calculate the, I don't know, distance from the angle, I think.
It's
the arctan squared. And what you need to know is if you put the difference in Y on top and you put the difference in X on the bottom, you get the angle.
Magic.
That's all you got to know.
Did I not have a get current angle block? That feels like something I should have.
I don't think you do.
I mean, I believe I don't. It's just.
Nope.
Interesting. Okay.
Vivian, is this birthday hat from your birthday celebration?
It's for my cousin's birthday celebration, and then I brought it. I flew it back to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And
used it for your birthday.
I did. Otherwise, it would have just been trash, and isn't that sad?
It's sad. You'd have the most dangerous trash in the neighborhood. Okay, so we are multiplying this angle that we have. So you see we put the Vy on top of the Vx, and this gives us the angle of our current movement. Remember, Y is the first one, X is the second one, and it'll give you whatever angle you're looking for. Then we are taking our Fx and Fy, and we're multiplying our total friction times this angle, which should set our Fx and Fy to be correct based off whatever our current angle of movement is. So I have this total friction set to 0 right now. Let's do what we were doing before. We'll set it to be 50. See how long this takes us to slow down. Yeah, so that takes a while. But you can see how it's smoothing down like you think it would be now. You know, like it seems to be working correctly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we can work with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it so you have some, oh, look at that. I don't know what that's about.
Ooh. What is that about?
It's hydroplaning.
Is the background off by 1 or something from the?
What are you talking about, Joe?
It's going 1 pixel into the edge.
Yeah.
Is that where
it is? Yeah, it's a little bit off. No, that's not what we're talking about. Wait for it. I'll see if I can get it to happen again. Come on now.
Is it like the arc that is going to the left? No.
No.
It's a ghost.
When Joey looks at it, it stops happening.
Joey, you're just gonna have to watch the game all the time.
That's problematic, right? If it stops happening.
It's collapsing.
It happened like 3 times in a row, and now it's not happening anymore.
Somebody clip it.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Oh, wait.
See that?
Kind of. It just kept on. The friction wasn't applying or something?
Something. It was just kept going in like the X direction. We also had it sometimes keep going in the Y direction.
Interesting.
Don't know what it's about. Anyway, all right, we're not gonna worry about it right now. Okay, so I think we'll leave the friction as 50, and this will just be like our maximum strength, I think, right? Because we're gonna have we're gonna have like basically you're gonna be able to calculate how hard you're hitting this ball, and then we're gonna have it go. But for now, we have a collection of balls to move into this game. So what we're going to do is, Joey, would you like to? Oh no, Vivian has them in a project, presumably. Can you put them into a JavaScript array and then copy and paste the JavaScript array, and then I'll just paste that and do a decompile?
Smart.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to take us all day.
Yep. I will send it. Thanks, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
You're welcome.
You did it. All right. Okay, so we've got all of our pool balls in here. Wait, what?
What? It's in the assets. I was really struggling with named assets.
I see. Okay, yeah, so I'll just copy and paste my code into this project, I guess.
Oh.
That's
It's not exactly going to work. This is going to be a little rough. Bear with us, folks. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to do that. It's going to be angry. We're going to add our extension back.
Quarter.
What?
It's
How's
not
this
going to
quarter?
work if you say quarter, Vivian.
He might crash under the pressure.
If you remind him that he's under quarter pressure, he's not going to, like, fall to the quarter pressure.
Joey, we use Sprite utils all the time. It's basically built into our blood now. So if we just, let the course run, it works. But if we start thinking about it, then we realize that the name makes no sense. And we trick ourselves.
Just like when the arcade Conways that I made makes it big, and we start adding it to every single project, and you try and add arcade game of life, you'll just be messed up.
Joey, I think you need to adopt a policy on like S or no S, you know? You can't keep on switching between the two. It's confusing. Or give us some kind of rule, you know?
No rules. The wild, wild west.
All right, we've got it. Okay, so we now have a project where we can open up this thing. We can go into my assets and we can grab a pool ball. Did you not give me the cue ball?
No.
Just
okay.
Duplicate one. Make it white.
All right. So what we're going to do is, and this is going to be the hard part, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do collisions here. Oh, if only Hassan was here. Oh, geez. He would probably be right on top of this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some overlap events. Okay. And we're going to have to do some collision stuff inside of there. So let's go ahead and we're going to create our balls to start. So I'm going to make an array now, which is going to be all of our things in order. So let's go ahead down to arrays. We're going to drag out some image blocks. And we're going to just one by one select all these guys.
All right, if you guys good at collisions. I don't remember it at all.
I heard Shannon's an expert.
Shannon's an expert at
Joey's an expert.
I think only one of us on this stream's a math wizard.
That's true. That's true.
Physics is applied math, so it's,
multiple of us have
already
implemented physics here,
diluted.
but only one is a math wizard. So that means the math wizard must be more important and better than the physics implementers.
Math is better than physics. However,
Yeah.
however, math doesn't concern itself with physics. Math just does like the math, the actual like physics rules is.
Yeah, that's true. Physics knows no laws. That's how it works.
The only thing
No
I
rules.
like is the circuits. I like circuits. That's physics, right?
Powerful. Circuits are hard.
Circuits were the only thing I could do in physics. Everything else was a struggle.
All right. Okay, we've got our list of billiard balls. So what we're going to do is we're going to write some code now to make them laid out in a pyramid. So this will be fun. We're going to loop over everything in our list, and we're going to, I can't really think of how to do this pyramid thing off the top of my head, so we're just going to wing it.
This is a great interview question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just like one and then offset by.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yep.
Two
I think I've got the plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the length of this array minus 1. Do. What did I name this? Is it just list? Yeah, it's just list. So for each of these, we're going to be creating a sprite. So let's go ahead and set this right here. We're going to make a new sprite kind, which is going to be ball. I always do that.
Richard, maybe one day when coding has evolved a lot, they'll be like, this is the Richard naming convention.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, why do we do this? This is terrible. And it's like, well, some guy with Richard, everyone hates it, but.
Yeah, it's convention.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to have a variable which is going to be current x. We're going to have a variable which is current y. So let's go ahead and start this out with some value. So we'll set our current x to be this. Oh, and we need to have a one more variable. Top. Okay. So we're going to set this out to be like on the right side of the screen. So I'm just going to choose something for the x. We're going to do 100. For the top, we want it to be the center of our pool table, which is 2 tiles down and I don't know how many tiles wide. Let's say 60, and we'll see how wrong it is. Okay, and we want to set our current y to just be equal to top. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to make it so that we, for each of these things, we're going to set it to be, we're going to set the top to be our current y. Then we are going to change our current y by 8. And the other thing we need to do, yeah, so look, this looks wonderful. So the other thing we need to do is we need to keep another variable, which is going to be row limit, something like that. And we're going to set our row limit to be 1 to start. There's probably a clever math way to do this. With like mods or something. I don't know. Set our row index to be 0. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change our row index by 1. If our row index equals our row limit, then we change our current x by 8. We change our current top by -4. We change, let's see, we set our row index to 0, and we change our row limit by 2. I did it wrong. Okay. Let's see. So we set our row index to be 0. We set our row limit to be 1. So we change our row index by 1. This is going to make our row index equal to this. So we change our current x by 8. Then we change our top by -4. Oh, we need to set our y to be top. Change our row limit by 2 and set our row index to be 0. Okay, it doesn't look like we're using the x, right? We're not using the x. Yeah. Okay. So you can tell they're a little bit scrunched together down here, and the reason for that is that they are on a wall. So to fix that, we're just going to change our current y to be more in the center of this guy. Oh, I just realized we can just literally go into our image and just be like, here's a good one, and just say 51. 250. Nice round number. All right, need to go up a little bit, I think. Oh, I changed the friction. Whoops. All right, up a bit more.
Richard, I
All right,
think
cool.
triangle is wrong.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is.
We need, yeah, offset 1 per increment, 1/2 per increment.
There we go. Okay, and we will. All right, now we need to adjust this again. All right, we did it. All right, so that's good enough. Okay, now let's have some fun. Let's do some nonsense. We're going to do some collisions. It's not going to go well. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be a mess. All right. So what we're going to do is first, let's start off by making it so that our cue ball, let's go ahead and create this. And let's give us some real variable names. We've gone long enough in my Sprite world. So this is going to be our cue ball. What? How did that break? Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, so we got our cue ball and we got our current ball. All right, so let's start off by making our cue ball go towards our pyramid so that we can start doing some collision nonsense. So we're going to, instead of doing this pick random, we're just going to put in a good old number. And we want this to be going 0 degrees because that is straight towards this thing. And then we probably want to set it so that it has the same x as our thing. Let's go ahead and set our cue ball, sorry, y. We want our y to be the same. What did I set it to? 50. All right. So we've got our cue ball going. So it's off by a little bit. Oh, it's because I'm setting the top. So I want the top to be 50. There we go. All right, so we're going to do an overlap now, and we're going to need these to be of the same kind. Let's go into sprites and grab an overlap event. We're going to do between ball and ball. And let's see. Is someone at least researching the physics of this?
I looked it up and they're like VM. So then I was like, I feel like there is an angle situation.
All right, so Vivian's no help. Joey, are you looking up the physics?
When one of the balls hits the other ones, you give a portion of the velocity from one to the other, and then a portion of the velocity from the other one to the one, and then they just kind of like fight.
Shannon?
They bounce off of each other.
You guys.
Okay, I'm looking it up now, Richard. I didn't know I was given this homework.
I mean, what I said is right? Like you give a partial velocity, and then it gives it from one to the other.
Yes, what you said is technically right, okay? But you give me, I knew that.
Is it kinetic?
I'm helping the viewer.
Elastic?
Just put some numbers in there and see.
Yeah.
It's not
just like when one ball overlaps another ball, give each one a random velocity and move on.
Not random. Just split it up by some percentage.
True. Okay, yeah, just do it like do the map block based on the angle, and then 0 is 100%, and then something else is 0. And just see. We helped.
It's like a force. You remember the force
just...
diagrams? So just exactly the X, Y.
Okay.
And then like.
Yes.
Richard, can you get a background image block so we can draw out a force diagram in Arcade?
Someone please just look up the equations and give me the equations.
I have the equations, but it's like you have to have the mass and then you have the velocity.
It's an elastic collision. Make it an elastic collision.
It's the elastic collision.
Mass doesn't matter in this context because it shouldn't matter because they're the same.
Yeah, you can eliminate mass.
Okay, I'll just send in the chat. But there's many. Okay, I'm just gonna drop this.
All right, so we have mass times velocity plus mass times velocity equals mass times velocity, mass times velocity. Okay, so in order, all right.
But I feel like there's too many unknowns. Like, how do we know the end velocity for anybody?
You have the 2 initial velocities.
Oh.
Yeah.
But there's still 2 unknowns. At the end.
This is true.
I'll keep on reading this page.
So
okay. So I think what we want to do is we need to first figure out the angle of motion of this guy and the angle of motion of the other guy. So to do that, we're going to make a function. So let's make a function which is going to be angle of.
I think technically the final velocity of the moving thing should be 0 in like a perfect.
Not if they hit at an angle. Okay. So we're going to make our angle of movement function. And what this is going to do is it's going to take in a sprite. And it's going to return the angle of that sprite's movement. So let's go ahead and do where we're doing that calculation, which is inside of a non-game update somewhere. There you go. So we're just going to put this into a return and change the cue ball to be the sprite. And then we're passing in. Okay, so we're going to make 2 variables now. One's going to be angle A. The other one's going to be angle B. see.
Are the question marks there meant to be like you just took a screenshot of a random thing in a physics book, Vivian, or?
It's like, I like how they're like, this is a very slick result. But what makes it slick? Are the balls wet?
Okay, I do have a proposition here. Instead of spending 12 minutes trying to guess at math, maybe we could get the shooting behavior, right? The hole, like actually hitting the ball at a given angle. Would that make sense?
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Because then we can do the math off stream and then just look like geniuses when we come back to it next time.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's just do the aiming. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a current angle. So I'm going to make a current angle, which is going to be the angle that we are aiming. So let's set this to just be 0 to start. And we're going to make a variable which is going to be is aiming. Next, we're going to be is setting power level. So the idea is first you're going to aim, then you're going to press A, then you're going to go into power level, which is going to be a status bar that's filling up and unfilling up. And that's going to set how like strong your hit is. But first let's do our aiming. So we're going to set is setting power level to be false. And we're going to set is aiming to be true. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to Sprite utils and we're going to get a render block. I'm going to set this to be somewhere on the screen, like 5 for the Visi index. And let's make it so we stop hitting our cue ball to start. Get out of here. And we're going to go into images and we're going to draw a line. So let's go into images. Let's get the draw line. I'm going to make this our screen. And we want this to be our cue ball X and our cue ball Y. This is one of the benefits of having this game be on only one screen because we don't need to use the camera. So that and that. So now we should see a line actually being drawn. There we go. That's not super useful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use some math. We're going to do a plus, and we're going to do a cosine and a sine of our current angle. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to take our current angle, and we're going to convert it from degrees into radians, like we normally do. We're going to add this to our x, and we need to multiply it by a number, which is the number we multiply it by is how long it's going to be. So let's make it just like 10 pixels for now. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in right here. And I'm going to do the same thing for y, but I'm going to change this to be y and this to be sine. And let's make this, I don't know, yellow. Okay, yeah, that's what I expected. I'm thinking now that maybe we should actually do this as, let's render this as -1. Oh, that's too far down.
1 will be below the tile map, but you can do -0.5.
It's fine. I'm just gonna. I'll set the because we have this table that's at the same z as the other things. I'm going to go ahead and do an onCreated sprite of kind ball. This is the lazy way to do this. Set the z to 5. There we go. Okay, so let's make it now so that we can change the thing that we are, the direction we're aiming. So I'm going to make a left and right button repeat event. And we're going to add another extension, one that we don't use all that often.
Ooh, arcade sprite data?
One that we don't use all that often, Joey.
Yeah, we'd never use it.
Controller.
Ooh.
So controller has one block that is extremely useful. which is this set button, repeat, delay, and interval. There are other blocks in this extension, but this is the only one we ever used. So I'm going to set that delay to be 0, because what that'll make it do is now when I hold this repeat, it's going to instantly start repeating, which is nifty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
for anybody paying attention, the other blocks in the extension are mainly hardware support for things like vibration or like motion controls.
Yeah. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, we bit off more than we could chew.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Vivian.
we're working on it. Don't worry. We're working on it.
All right.
Okay. I still think if you put some numbers in there, it would be much easier just to adjust them to look more correct.
That's how I did it for all my physics tests anyways.
I don't think it will. And I don't think I'm as adept at putting numbers in there as you say, as you are, Shannon. Okay, we're going to change our current angle by -1. And here we're going to change it by +1. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is so slow. Okay, we're going to change this to be -3. We're going to make this 3. Aim. Nice. I like it. Now, do we want to be fancy?
Yeah. No.
Question. Are we fancy?
What on a Friday? No.
I would say on a Friday we're more fancy.
Really? Okay.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to make this an arrow. Nah, it's gonna look bad. It might be cool though. Nah, okay, we won't do that for now. Okay, so the line indicates where you're aiming. So let's go ahead and do our power now. So when you press A, go down to an on A button pressed event. We're going to say if is aiming. We're going to set is aiming to false. And we're going to set is setting power level to true. And we're going to add yet another extension, which is going to be another Joey classic.
Which one is it? This status bars?
Yeah.
Richard, we thought about it, and Shannon retains her title of Math Wizard. Let's be honest.
Good job, Shannon. What's your full title? Wizard of Math, God Emperor of Numbers.
I thought it was Space Godzilla of Numbers.
Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is a pretty good title.
Yeah. Have I ever talked about Space Godzilla on this stream?
No.
Look, he's pretty great. Okay. What if you had so who's Godzilla gonna fight? Right? That's as cool as Godzilla. The answer is there's no one as cool as Godzilla. So what if we made Godzilla fight himself? Okay. And that's why they made the movie called Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. And then they're like, that movie did super well. So how are we going to do this again? I get it. Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. That is the story of Space Godzilla.
Did they fight in space or on Earth?
They fought on Earth. And Mechagodzilla is also in that movie.
Okay. I feel like Earth Godzilla has the leg up on Space Godzilla if they're fighting on Earth.
He has a leg up on anybody because he's Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we've got this little bar down here now. and we're going to be using this to set our power level. So if we are setting the power level, what we're going to do is we're going to do an on-game update. And we're going to take this status bar that we have, and we're going to, well, first we're going to make a variable. It's called power direction. So we will set our power direction to be power going up. I was about to set power direction to be true. And we should also probably set our status bar value to be 0 here. So what we're going to do is inside of this on-game update, if we are setting our power level, then we're going to change our status bar value based off whatever the value of this thing is. So if our power is going up, we're going to change it by a positive number. Otherwise, we're going to change it by a negative number. And finally, we're going to make it flip. So we're going to do a logic. I could use the event here, but I think it'll be faster for me to just code it this way. If the value equals 0 or the value equals 100, then we're going to set power going up to the opposite. So not power going up. Let's do it.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of slow, but classic. All right, and the final thing we're going to do, because we are out of time, is on the A button press, if is setting power level. We're going to set is setting power level to be false. We're going to go ahead and set the velocity and angle of our cue ball. And for the angle, what we're going to do is we're going to use our variable that we made, current angle. And then for the speed, we said 100 is going to be our max speed. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 100 times the percentage of our status bar. So if we just do a division, we can do the status bar value divided by the status bar max. All right. Boop. Okay, there we go. We got our basic aiming, and we just need to make it so that when we stop, we start aiming again. But we're out of time for now, so thank you for tuning in. I've been Richard at Richard on the MakeCode forum, and just to give you a sample of how I count down, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'm Joey at J1 on the MakeCode forum. Unfortunately, I've committed, so it's from the rest of my life. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the MakeCode forum. Who says 0? It's 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, Richard, that was a lot. You never say 0. And I'm Vivian. I'm at Live on the MakeCode forum, and I go 5, 4, 3.
He does the movie thing where it's like.
Yeah, yeah, that's so cool. I want to start doing it like that.
Vivian, do you own one of those chopper things?
Isn't that at the beginning? Do they
That's
say
used,
that?
5.
So they use that just for marking when it's for synchronizing sound so that you see the spike so you can synchronize the sound with when that thing goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also just for marking what the scene and the take is. So they write it on the front with like a chalkboard.
We're treasure, we just need one take. We don't need that.
But
That's
it'd be
true.
cool though if we start every stream.
That's what I'll do.